Howdy, and welcome to, this is called the Criterion Connection, Texas. I'm Wade.
And I'm Joe.
And we're here to talk about a movie by David Byrne called True Stories.
Yep.
David Byrne, Talking Heads fame, also graduated from the high school we graduated from.
True.
He doesn't want to admit it, but, you know. Wikipedia says he's from Arbutus, but then it says that he was born in Relay. No, he was raised in Relay, not born. And you're just like, technically it's all Halethorpe, right?
It's all the same zip code.
Yeah. Anyway, so this is, let me grab my... I took notes on this movie because this is such a weird art house movie. You're just like, I have to take notes because I'll forget a lot of things. Not forget, more like, I gotta remember to say this or say that.
I mean, it could be kind of like, it's like a strange, almost like an anthology movie. It's really indicative of a lot of movies of the time. Like, it reminded me of like Repo Man. It reminded me of Mallrats.
Yeah.
Which, of course, those lie like on opposite sides of
and
when
the
this
thing
came
about,
out.
It just says, like, after True Stories about, this is a film about people in Texas. And, yes. Or the lives of people in Texas. Yes, that's pretty much that's exactly what the movie is.
Yeah, it's not a heavy, like, plot movie.
Is there a plot?
It's just you follow these characters around.
Yeah.
This weird bunch, and it's hosted by the unnamed cowboy David Byrne.
Yeah, who is... I don't know if he's trying to be... I don't know if he's making fun of the people, or if he's...
No.
Genuinely intrigued.
I got the feeling that he was genuine, like, the entire time.
That's the thing, like, he's a very genuine and endearing character. Like, he's like...
Yeah.
When he says stuff, like the stuff at the mall, it's like, what time is it? Mm-hmm. Not time to look back. And you're just like... Some very philosophical stuff, like the...
Well, there's a lot of, like, statements of, like... I don't know if, like, political statements is 100% the right answer, but just kind of...
Times are changing.
He's bringing up things that are going on, and it's juxtaposed with this nowhere town in Texas.
Yeah.
Probably
Virgil, Texas.
Yeah, probably North Texas.
Yeah.
And just kind of looking at where things were and where things are going. And I don't know if it's, like, condemning, like, how big the 80s was into, like, pushing, like, capitalism and corporate America.
Like the dinner scene just tells you enough. Is like, and just saying, there's no more weekends. No more weekends.
Well, it's not only, like, that whole monologue that guy has.
Yeah.
But the fact that the family, like, the wife and the husband don't directly talk to each other. They talk through the daughter, who's sitting right in between them.
Yeah.
Like, it's really interesting. Like, it's just a bunch of, like, interesting statements.
Yeah.
And, like, with each of the characters, it's following, like, different facets of society. Like, you have John Goodman's character who works in this, you know, because it's, like, a big, like, lab in the middle of this town that's
I love his establishing shot. It's like a really far medium shot, and he's like behind a window. He's like, oh hey, and he's wearing, his whole face is covered. Like,
oh, when they introduce John Goodman.
Yeah, like his introduction shot is so great.
Yeah, so he works at this lab that, you know, employs a bunch of the town, and it's bringing businesses, it's bringing homes, it's like suburbanizing the area in a way, and I think it's like David Byrne's way of, like, this is what I see is going on. I don't know if it's good or bad, but this is what's happening.
Yeah.
And same thing with corporate America, the malls, the real, like, shopping-centric 80s culture that brought on with all that, and just kind of people not knowing what to do with their money, or the lady who doesn't leave her bed because... Why would she?
Yeah.
She doesn't need to. She has.
You
all
also
the money.
have the other characters like you have the compulsive liar, I forget what her name was, but she's
Yeah.
like she's lying all the time.
She tells all these crazy lies. You got Ramon, who thinks he can tune into the frequency of people.
Yeah.
So he's like kind of
He's
your
weird.
emotional like empath character.
Let's not forget the rich guy at the dinner scene. He's like, "What about
what at the show?
Yeah, you're just like,
And
what is this?
The thinly veiled plot is you're taken to this town. You're seeing what it's like. First, you start off at the lab, and then you get to know each of the characters, and then you follow them to like one of the clubs that they all go to, and then they talk about the big parade and the big show that's happening. I think in the end of the week.
Yeah,
And it's
actually, yeah,
and I love like the parade is celebrating like the 150 years.
yeah.
Instead of like 100, 200 or something like that. It's just like a strange anniversary.
Like it's just.
But it's showing how like small town USA is completely flipping into like big city kind of life.
There's like one of the talent show things was like people making a giant corn on the cob.
Oh, with the face. it's a corn on the cob, and the kernels are little yellow balloons, and it's this giant face, and they rotate it to pop the balloons.
Oh my god!
As if it's eating the corn.
There's like so many things. There's a lot.
That's David Byrne's like modern art sensibilities coming out. I think with all those acts.
There's a lot of weird things they do.
Yeah.
There's obviously a couple Talking Heads music videos.
Yeah.
Like there's the one that's the fun one that everyone gets on the microphone and sings. Or
that was
whatever.
really fun.
That was fun.
I really enjoyed that.
I'll be real. I've never listened to Talking Heads ever. I might listen to them because I like that scene so much.
I like the Talking Heads, and that is not 100% indicative of all their music.
I know. And then we had the weird fashion show.
I really dug all this stuff.
Like someone's dressed like a pillar. Like what? Or someone has lawn on their body.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden the judge, the wife of the rich guy, the one who's at the podium.
She starts singing.
What the?
Yeah, it's a really strange movie, but it's like.
And this is something
like as it's pointed out, it's like it's a musical comedy in a way.
Yeah, like
because a lot of the stuff in there is really funny.
I have a couple notes.
Okay. Hit me.
How I see it, it's like if I had to do an amalgamation of different types of movies, it's the Coen brothers
A little bit, yeah.
structure.
It's very similar and
mixed with sort of like the tone of Pee-wee's Playhouse.
a little.
With John Waters characters.
For a second, I thought John Waters was in the movie.
Yeah, there's
in that part where everybody's coming up lip syncing.
Yeah, and there's also part like there's scenes that are like I don't know if it's purposely bad ADR.
Yeah, I think it is.
Okay, because I'm just like the Ramones stuff. Like, was that bad ADR? Was that just on purpose?
I feel like a lot of the stuff in there is on purpose.
Also,
but who knows? It's probably a low budget movie.
This is the one note I wrote. No, two. John Goodman is fantastic. Panda bear shape. He's great in this movie.
Yeah, and when you bring up Coen Brothers, we talked about this right before we started recording. This is probably how he ended up in Coen Brothers movies.
This is a year before Raising Arizona.
Yeah, so it's really weird how that works out. Also,
last note I wrote was great cinematography, but the fakest car.
Yeah.
Let's not forget about the car.
Well, I think that's all part of it is the, like, a lot of those scenes where he's looking out the side as he's driving, they're all shot, like, still car with, with the, I forgot what they called it.
Green screen.
No, it's not green screen. It's well before green screen. It's, rear projection.
Yeah.
So they project from the other side a video of a landscape scrolling by, and he's driving.
Yeah.
And like you have the part, just the one where his steering wheel's doing this instead of going side to side.
Even though the thing with him that scene was, he says, it's like I think fantastic. Like it's tricky driving or whatever. It's tricky driving, but he's driving a straight line.
Yeah.
So I don't know what he means by that, but like it's just so.
Well, because it's a big thing. Like Texas has like a lot of like crazy highways and stuff.
Yeah, they're called like it's a bunch of names. Like they're called like the Whisper or something like that. Yeah, these things are called names or whatever, and just like such a like. I don't know if he knows if he's freaking hysterical when he does that, but he is. I feel like he plays it so deadpan, like he doesn't I feel like the character does. Like, I feel like David Byrne does not understand that like the character is super funny.
I think he does.
You think okay? Because it just seems like he's not. I don't know. I think it's because I think it's good that it's toned down. Like he's not like making it too over funny. It's just got this weird sense of humor, and it's got the weirdest structure of a movie.
Because to me, it's everybody is so like dead on, and the timing is so good.
Yeah.
And the delivery's so good.
Oh man,
I find it hard to believe that it wasn't on purpose.
The compulsive.
You don't like trip into that so many times.
When John Goodman is with the liar, and she's telling the story, in the face of John Goodman is like,
yeah.
Like
well,
that to
it's
me
just him because he can't get a word in edgewise.
Yeah.
And she just keeps telling him all these crazy things that he obviously doesn't.
And it ends in a pretty happy note, I guess. The only character arc is tied up.
Well, it's a couple.
In a funny way.
It's the lady with too much money, so she doesn't leave her bed.
Yeah.
And John Goodman, who's looking for love.
Yeah.
And I don't know. There's just so many scenes in there that I just really like.
And then David Byrne just leaves, and he's just like, I had to leave because I want to forget this place. So when I come back, it's a big surprise again.
Well,
and I'm like, damn.
That's not exactly what he was meaning.
I know.
You have to have like fresh eyes to because you start losing the details when you're there so long that you kind of lose an appreciation for the little things that makes the town.
Yeah.
So he wants to leave so he can come back and re-experience it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like he re-experiences
it. Yeah, not really like a surprise.
Yeah, like and it ends on I think City of Ruin. I think as the song was.
Ooh, I don't know.
With the girl, like
they have the whole album. Yeah, they have an album with it.
With the girl on the road, and I thought that was a really good ending because it started with her, and it's also kind of like you have all of these things like suburban America and the consumerism and stuff like that coming in, but this girl is just singing on a dirt road, and that's kind of like.
And to me,
this wasn't an This was pretty much this whole movie was an advertisement for Virgil, Texas. I almost said Virginia.
That girl on the dirt road. To me, that symbolized, like, the way things were.
Yeah.
In years past. And I just want to talk about, like, that first club scene where they're all getting up and lips. Like, part of me is like, man, I really wish, like, it was like that. like, everybody, like, they went from work. Then they put on some nice clothes, went to the club.
Yeah.
And they're all just singing, dancing, and they all know the song, like everybody's included. I just thought it was really cool. And it just had a really positive vibe to it.
Yeah. It was fun.
As opposed to the Talking Heads song Psycho Killer playing, they played...
Yeah.
I forgot the title of it.
That's fun.
But
so buy, rent, or skip.
I'm actually going to say rent.
Really?
I really enjoyed it. But I'm going to say rent because I don't know... What?
I think I know where you're going with this one.
I just don't know if it's going to catch everybody right away. I think it's one of those ones you got to like dip your toe in the water, see if it's for you.
Yeah.
It's a very particular sense of humor. And it's really sneaky like Repo Man is with a lot of certain jokes and the way it pokes at society. And some people, if they're only taking it at face value, or they're looking for an actual like super like plot heavy movie, they're not going to get what they want, and they're not going to get everything out of it.
Okay.
That's why I say rent. I think it's one of those ones you need to test.
Yeah.
And more than likely, if you like it, you'll end up getting it.
I am going to say bye. I really like this movie a lot. I was like,
for a weird movie, Wade saying bye is
you're thinking like it's going to be like, I'm thinking like this is going to be very pretentious. Because when I think David Byrne, I think, I feel like Big Suit. Like, I just feel...
Oh, the Once in a Lifetime?
Yeah, like, I feel like, I don't know, when I hear stuff, I hear names like Talking Heads, or Radiohead, or anything with heads, frankly. Or, Joy Division, that's a one. Or Bad Religion is a good example. Like, I feel like, this is going to be pretentious. But this movie is not.
No,
It's genuine in its delivery.
It has a lot of the ideas that those
Yes.
those pretentious movies and artists talk about that I've experienced, or at least that's the way it comes off. Maybe they are, maybe they aren't, but the way they come off, it seems pretentious. But this doesn't hit those notes. It's just a really enjoyable movie.
And so I say buy. Right now, it doesn't come out till next week.
Mm-hmm.
So I put on my Amazon
Pre-order
cart.
it.
I put on my Amazon cart and did pre-order because I want to know what the special features are. Because we watched this on Amazon Video. I watched it on Amazon Video.
Yeah, we did.
So
In standard def.
Standard def. That's what I'm saying. Like, I want to know.
I like to see what the restoration.
Yeah,
looks
that's so. I put it in my cart. So I'm definitely I didn't put it in my cart. I put it in my Barnes & Noble cart because they have that 50% sale going on right now. So which you should check out too, especially since Filmstruck is leaving.
R.I.P.
No. Criterion has not talked about anything since. They were like, hey, we're gonna do this. We're looking at other platforms.
Although,
so that's cool.
I did send you a link. I don't remember if you saw it or commented on it, but Fandor is being really cool and doing half off their yearly subscription if you're coming from Filmstruck. And they have a lot of Criterion, and they have a lot of other movies that us Criterion fans might dig.
Yeah.
So definitely go check out Fandor and see if you can find that link. I saw it on Facebook. There may be a couple other social media outlets that they posted that, but go check that out if you're a Filmstruck subscriber and you're looking for an immediate solace that you're losing with Filmstruck. At the end of the month.
Tell us. This is pretty much the last week because we're going to start filming these soon. Last week of fan suggestions that involve Filmstruck.
Mm-hmm.
So anything that's really hard to get or find, it's on Filmstruck. Suggest it now because we're just going to tape a lot of them. We're going to tape a lot of them while we have Filmstruck. Mm-hmm. And now be fan suggestion month. So if we were in the same clothes next month, well, you know why. You know why. Because we're
going to pre-tape a bunch of these.
Yeah, so we can get you guys the suggestions you need. Of course, if there's
and we want to get our money's worth.
If there's someone if there's someone suggests do the right thing, right?
Yeah.
We're not going to do that next month because we can easily get do the right thing anywhere. You know. And we're also thinking about stuff like on Amazon. We're kind of trying to get this idea of how we're going to do that too. Mm-hmm. So we're not broke. Because we don't want to put advertisements in this. But anyway, that's not my point. So be sure to subscribe to the YouTube. Comment, please, suggestions. What do you think about True Stories? I'm not sure there's any other David Byrne movies. I would like to know.
The only other ones I can think of are music videos.
Yeah, if you know any other movies. I know I can just Google it right now, but...
And another way to help us out is if you share the video.
Yes.
And tell other people about it. That'd be really cool. I realize we haven't really brought that up very much.
Yeah, I'm seeing our subscribers grow, but I feel like it could get bigger.
Yeah, if you let other people know and tell them about us and share the videos on different platforms, that'd be really cool.
Yes.
And we really appreciate it.
Yeah. So before we go, Joe, I want to say, did you see my new shoes?
Yeah, they look great.
Yeah. So, until next time, we will see you later.